Good evening, fuckers. We are back once again with the next Train Simulator Classic request video. And this one is a continuation of a video that, was recorded about 3 weeks ago. In that video, we took the Conwy Valley branch, or the Conwy Valley Line, I should say, from Llandudno to Blaenau Ffestiniog in central Wales. Well, since recording that, I've now got the next part of the line. So, considering how good the first part was, I figured, that. I figured we needed to see. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay, let's try that again. So yeah, I figured we needed to see the rest of it. So now that I have the this particular branch, we can continue with the journey. So we are at Blaenau Ffestiniog, and our destination is Trawsfynydd, which is the site of a nuclear bunker. Well, apparently it was a bit of a tourist attraction, so that's where we are heading. Now, the specifics, it's summer, it's clear, and I have set it to 3:30 because that's only 10 minutes after the previous video ended, so this is really a continuation. Even more of a continuation because the train we're in, we are back in the Class 153 in its Arriva Trains Wales livery. So we've got the whole kit and caboodle here. So that is a setup, and I think there's no need to delay. Let's get this up and running. And here we are. Right, now before I do anything else, I'd rather not have to do this, but I'm going to have to isolate the AWS, which does mean I won't get the exterior alerts, which is a pain, but still. Right. Instrument panel 1, setting up the train actually doesn't take all that long. Headlamp, we want down to day, we want the destination indicators on. I'm not sure if our destination is actually going to be an option on the front here. Let's take a look. So there goes Blaenau Ffestiniog, which we knew was on here anyway. Well, no, it's not there. So, okay, right, it's blank. It would have been nice if we could have had the destination there on display, but I can't say I'm all that surprised that it isn't. So let's get the passengers on. So hopefully those of you, well, certainly those of you who watched the previous video when we came out here to Blaenau Ffestiniog will recognise the station. This is another freeware route, and it's another from BackDated Train Sim, who are the guys that did the original one that I took from Llandudno to here. So let's get underway and see what awaits. This is now the furthest I've ever driven on this route. I did deliberately sort of like keep it so that, yeah, it would be as new to me as, well, I'm assuming it will be new to those watching. Now, one thing I do know is that this line is not particularly fast. In fact, this 25 mph zone that we are approaching, that's the fastest we will be doing on the whole run. I mean, the line is, yeah, it's not even 7 miles. So it's probably just as well that we'll be going quite slow. That way we get to see some more of what I'm sure will be fantastic scenery. Because these guys at BackDated Train Sim, they have never failed to deliver when it comes to fantastic routes. Even if it's quite a short one. In the last BackDated Train Sim route that I showed in the video was the West Croydon to Wimbledon line. Again, it's quite a short route, but the detail on it is superb. Every route that I've driven so far by BackDated Train Sim has been fantastic. And I do still have others that I've, again, deliberately held back from seeing, so that if and when they appear in a video, it will be the first time I've seen it, as well as those watching. Well, I say assuming they haven't seen it before. Let's do the old radio test while we're here.
Welcome to the remote radio test unit. Please leave your message after the tone.
This is the NRN radio test call.
So test call is fine. Ourselves up to 25. Now this route is no longer in operation in real life. I don't know if the route has actually been like torn up or anything. It may just be that it is, yeah, no longer in service. There certainly hasn't been any trains running on it since it was mothballed, I believe is the expression that is frequently used. And that happened back in the 90s. I think it was 96, 97, somewhere around that sort of time. Now I don't know if this manod here is a station or what. Yes it is. Well, let's make this not so much an all stops, but well, yeah, all stops. I mean, there is a stop here of some kind, which I have massively overshot because I didn't realise it was a station until it was far too late. So yeah, let's get back underway. So we have sheep here. We didn't have them at the wall station in the previous video. Again, I mean, look at the amount of work that's gone into these, into this scenery on a route that is free. And then you look at, we're going on a 1 in 100 downhill, so it's no wonder we are accelerating here. But you look at a route like, say, the Netherfield Nottingham network. Now that route's a great drive, don't get me wrong, but the scenery is absolutely horrendous. It has been so badly done, it is laughable. And that route, if you buy it at full price, is 20 quid. And here we have a route that is absolutely free, and the scenery is absolutely majestic. So we are still on this 1 in 100 downhill. And it looks like it goes on for a reasonable distance. Not really that surprising considering we are going right the way through the mountains of central Wales. I think we might be in the sort of northern parts of the Brecon Beacons. Don't quote me on it, I don't know for sure. To be honest, we could be... maybe we could be there, we could be Snowdonia. I mean, I really don't know where Blaenau Ffestiniog is, let alone where Trawsfynydd is. It's now 1 in 90, so it's got even steeper. You can see on the route display there's not too much longer of this downhill section to go before it finally levels out. Now that Ffestiniog, which is marked on the route display, I think that's another station. All the stations must surely be request stops, which might explain why they are appearing as orange rather than green. So we are now on level ground. This is certainly not going to be the longest video I've ever done. I did think the route was slightly longer than it actually is. We may need to actually engage the engine slightly, give us a bit of speed. Now I get a very distinct impression that the Class 153 wasn't actually used on the Conwy Valley Line anywhere. I really don't know why it wasn't. It seems the perfect choice of train for this line, but I think it was predominantly Class 150s that use this line. I mean, they are fine, 2-car trains, so they're small enough. Of course, you could run Class 153s as 2-car trains. And of course, the original Class 155 that the 153s were based on. They are effectively the modified 155s. Let's not put too much speed in because, yeah, if this is a request stop, we're fast approaching it. Now, I'm not seeing anything in the way of a platform here. Ah, yeah, it's one that's very overgrown. Yeah, so there's no point stopping here. Let's carry on. didn't even notice. Yeah, we're going downhill again, 1 in 90. So it's quite the steep downhill. And this downhill section goes on for a fair bit by the looks of it. So it's now 1 in 100, so although we're still going downhill, it's not quite as steep. Just slightly too slow with the brakes. Considering this is a route that is only some 7 miles in length, well, at most, I have a truly horrendous number of speeding errors. Now I'm pretty sure that Maintrog Road is again not a station. Ground has now leveled out. Looks like it stays level for a fair bit, and then we've got a slight uphill once we leave Maintrog Road there. Ourselves back up to 25. Don't really need to get too much speed though, because yeah, only got 2 miles of the route left. I think we can safely say, yeah, it's too slow for using this view. So here is, yeah, Maintrog Road. Clearly disused, but I don't think that would have taken much to get it back up to scratch. So we're approaching the uphill climb, and the Trawsfynydd siding not that far at all. So 1 in 80 climb, not insignificant. So 10 mph speed limit as we approach the siding. Not sure what all that lot there is. I've no idea what, like, you know, the nearest major town or even semi-major town is. I say, other than Wales, I have no idea where any of this is. I mean, even if you didn't know it was Wales, you'd just take one look at that place name and you could make a pretty safe guess. So I think we need to stop here. That looks like a stop sign. Now I think the await instructions, I don't think that's going to come along, as we are just doing a quick drive. We're not doing a scenario or anything, so let's just get back underway. So 10 mph limit as we move forward. Into the sidings. Well, the gradient is slowing us down. We're in the right area anyway, so let's just brake there. Ah, I see. Taking us into, yeah, I've made a bit of a bogs up there. Okay. Well, let's hope it will let me do this. Right. Yes, it will. Here we go. So now we will actually head into the nuclear sidings itself, which is where we were supposed to go. So yeah, here we go. And there we are. So yeah, that's the so that must be, I mean, it's a bit above ground for a nuclear bunker, but nevertheless, that yeah, was it. Yeah, I didn't think it was as short as, well, I say it wasn't even 7 miles. Yeah, there's no denying it. It's a shame that it is so short, but it was still, you know, a good scenic run. The best way, I think, to do this particular route DLC then is to yeah, do the Conwy Valley Line into Blaenau Ffestiniog, and then, you know, edit in this part and continue along the Trawsfynydd branch and do it all in one. And yeah, 5 speeding errors on a route that was, well, it says 6 miles there. It was pretty close to 7 miles, but even so, averaging nearly 1 speeding error per mile is utterly horrific. But there we go. So, well, we got to see a bit more of the Welsh scenery, which looks fantastic. And like I say, the best way I think to see this is to do the whole Conwy line and then edit this onto the end of it and have the whole lot in one sort of, like, you know, in one vid, which I suspect is a video that I will do some other time. But yeah, believe me, it is one that I will do because I really do like the Conwy Valley. Yeah, it's a great one. Being a different train, trying to come up with a train other than the 153 for this route is, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't even know where to begin with that one. The 150 is a bit too obvious, you know, I'd rather drive something else. But anyway, there we go. That is this video done, and we will see you at the next one.